Welcome back to the channel, ladies. Chen Yang here, and I hope you're doing well. I've helped over thousands of women around the world to tone up, lose weight in a sustainable way, and today's video is going to be a game changer. In today's video, we're going to be talking about cardio for fat loss, the good, the bad, and also a lot of the misconceptions that you ladies may be having with it. If you're someone out there who's been sweating it out on the cardio machine and you're still somewhat struggling to see the progress that you like to, or you just feel like you're doing way too much for the minimal progress that you're seeing, this video is for you. Now, we're going to go through exactly how the cardio works in terms of fat loss and why it may not be the magical fat burning tool that you may have been taught. So let's dive into it. Now, cardio is often seen as the ultimate solution towards fat loss, right? You hear it everywhere: do more cardio, burn more fat. Firstly, let's talk about how cardio works. Obviously, when you go out for a run, when you're doing high intensity or going out for a bike ride, you are of course burning calories during the activity. And now obviously this can contribute to fat loss. But the problem is your calories burnt during your cardio is only one piece of the puzzle. Now, obviously cardio does have its place. It's amazing for your cardiovascular health. But when it comes to fat loss, there are actually a lot more important things that we need to take into account. Now, the first myth that we're going to be busting is that the more cardio you do, the more fat loss you'll achieve. Now, this is probably the biggest misconception, and it's also probably why so many of you guys hate your fat loss journey and you find it so boring because you think about the amount of cardio you have to do, right? Here's the science. When you do excessive amounts of cardio though, what you're actually going to be doing is you're also going to be burning through a lot of your muscle tissue. This is especially the case if you're not fueling yourself properly and getting enough protein as well. Now, why does this matter, Chen Yang? Well, the less muscle mass you have, the less calories you will burn just by sitting there. Your metabolism is going to be a lot slower. So the less muscle you have, right, the harder it's going to be to burn fat in the long run. So what happens is you may see the scale drop, but you're actually losing a lot of lean muscle as well. So the scale dropping isn't actually a drop in body fat, but it's also a loss in muscle mass. Now, this may also be why you've seen the scale drop, but you've still not got the body you want. You still don't look toned or defined. You kind of just look like the same version of yourself, but at a lighter weight. The second misconception is that cardio is the only way to burn fat. So let's clear that up. Look, ladies, strength training is going to be incredible for you, and lifting weights is going to be actually a lot more effective for your fat loss in the long run. And the reason for that is simply because when you start lifting weights and when you start strength training, you're actually building on muscle. When I talked about obviously the first misconception in terms of losing muscle mass and how that's really bad for your metabolism, now if you can build on muscle mass, guess what? It's going to be amazing for your metabolism so that you can actually burn fat and keep it off in the long run. For example, you could be sitting on the couch watching YouTube and you would burn more calories just by sitting there watching YouTube, maybe this video, if you had more muscle mass on you versus a version of you who had less muscle mass. The reason for this is because when you build on muscle, you're basically increasing your resting metabolic rate. Therefore, when you put cardio and strength training in comparison, cardio will help you burn calories during the workout, but strength training in the long run will help your body be able to metabolize food a lot faster and be able to obviously keep the weight off in the long run. Now, an example of how powerful our weight training is from Loella, our client here. Now, Loella has lost over 25 pounds in her first 12 weeks since joining. She's also in her 50s, and she was really in a position where she was like, you know what, my age, my metabolism, I don't think it's possible for me. Before she joined, she was also doing a lot of cardio, high intensity workouts, severely under eating 1,200 calories, and just wondering why the hell she wasn't losing body fat. And since joining, what we've done is we've gotten her to really prioritize weight training, really teach her everything she needs to know about how to progress at the gym, how to really push herself. She's also been doing a lot of home workouts, and she's been able to lose this body fat with such ease. And another example here is also our client Yasmin, who's a doctor who is living a very sedentary life, and also a very busy life. She's only just joined 5 weeks ago, and in this last 5 weeks, she's lost over 7 pounds. And as you can see, she's lost significant amounts of body fat around her stomach, which is often the hardest part for us ladies. Now, what we've done with her is the exact same as Loella. We've focused on weight training, getting her to become stronger, and also just having more of a balanced approach with her nutrition, having more substantial and sustainable meals throughout her day. And this brings me on to misconception number 3, which is I need to do hours of cardio to see results. There's a misconception that you need to at least do an hour or else it doesn't really count, right? The more hours you do, the better it is. And the truth is you really do not need to be spending hours on the cardio machine. If you're doing that, you're probably doing something wrong with your nutrition, because at the end of the day, most of your fat loss is actually going to come down from your nutrition. So with that hour that you're spending on the treadmill, I'd actually much rather you go and spend that hour in the kitchen. Get your groceries done, girls, get your meals prepped, and get yourself ready for the week, because if you can nail your nutrition, trust me, you would not have to be spending hours on the cardio machines. Whilst we're talking about diet, let's go on to misconception number 4, which is I can out-train a poor diet. I'll just do do extra cardio if I have another slice of pizza. Girls, do you know how long it's gonna take for you to burn 300, 400, 500 calories on the Stairmaster or the cardio machine versus how easy it is to overeat 400, 500, 600 calories of food that's like a slice or two of pizza? You can definitely not out-train a poor diet. That is the biggest mistake I see. Even if you were to be doing hours of cardio, if your diet is full of processed food, sugar, high in calories, you're not going to be losing fat effectively. Not only this, you're probably also going to feel sluggish, low in energy, and that's also not going to help you fuel your workouts. So whilst exercise is obviously important for great health and to obviously help you get in shape, the biggest thing that I see so many of you guys neglecting is your nutrition, which I get it is probably the hardest part of all of it. Now, if you're not eating the right balance of macronutrients, protein, fats, and carbs, you're really going to be holding yourself back on your progress. So ladies, please, please, please dial into your nutrition. So if we were to sum it all up, what's the perfect balance here? Like, what is the truth about cardio? Should you do it? Should you not? What's the most optimal strategy for your fat loss? Well, what I would say, and this is what I say to all our clients, is that cardio is one tool for fat loss, but it's not the be all end all. If you're doing excessive amounts of cardio and you're neglecting your strength training, you're under eating and then binging on the weekends, or relying too heavily, say, on the scales, you're really going to struggle to see sustainable long-term progress. You might see some progress, but it's going to be very hard to actually maintain it for the long run. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that it cleared up some common misconceptions around cardio and fat loss, and ultimately what you need to be doing in order to see the best progress that you want to be seeing with your fat loss journey. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more easy, no BS fat loss tips. And if you like results just like our clients Luella and Yasmin here, just go to the link below in the description box and apply to work with us. If we're a good fit, I'll reach out and I'll see how we can help you on your journey today.